We tend to associate entrepreneurship with opportunistic founders operating out of bustling Silicon Valley hubs, or perhaps more specifically the 5 American tech giants whose combined market value, it was reported recently, has increased by $1.3 trillion in the past year. In fact, entrepreneurship exists wherever you are. The sharing economy is producing millions of micro-entrepreneurs who are putting dormant assets to good use. Necessity entrepreneurs in the developing world are supplementing incomes, boosting economic growth, and extending products or services to those who need them. And some, like Cherie Blair, will find other ways to be their own boss. Mrs. Blair is one of few first ladies to convincingly step out of her husband's shadow. Perhaps that's because she was never in it. In the same year they met, she became a barrister, and was the only wife of a prime minister to work full-time while her husband was in office. She was a founding member of Matrix Chambers, and more recently set up Omnia Strategy. Though the list of accolades is exhaustive, one senses that she is most proud of the Cherie Blair Foundation for Women, which was set up in 2008 to unleash the potential of female entrepreneurs in developing nations.Life after number 10 if the Blair family felt melancholic on the 27th of June 2007. As removal men emptied their belongings from Downing Street in front of a huddle of cameramen and reporters, it did not show. Tony Blair himself had that day received an unprecedented standing ovation in the Commons. Opportunity awaited. For Mrs. Blair, the decision to set up a foundation focused on women's economic empowerment had personal experience at its core. I was brought up by a mother who was a single parent with help from my paternal grandmother, she recalls. I witnessed how difficult it was for her when my father abandoned us. From a very early age I understood that a woman needs to be in control of her own money. I did it through the law. As a self-employed barrister I've essentially always been an entrepreneur. Mrs. Blair was a beneficiary of her time, the first of her family to go to university, where she thrived, taking first-class honors. During Tony's tenure as PM, she toured the globe visiting women's projects, and quickly realized the challenges that many faced. All those personal reasons made me aware of this gap in the women's entrepreneurial space. If you can give women the ability to earn and spend their own money, then we see a transformative effect, she says emphatically. Help a woman and you tend to help a family. More than that, a community. Changing times. The foundation has supported over 160,000 businesswomen across more than 100 countries since 2008. It creates teaching videos, internet forums and apps to help women who would otherwise not have access to training. As Mrs. Blair is acutely aware, the quantity and quality. For more on this story, visit the news article link.